Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the reading for Helping Me Help Myself. Embrace being the black sheep, breaking free, becoming solid within your own boots, okay? So take the reading as it lands, and remember that all and any reading can be reversed or mirrored, meaning it might not be your reading, but it might be somebody you're involved with or the opposing party or someone in your environment. And remember, it's for cross-watchers too. And so this will resonate in different subject matters, fields, circumstances, situations for people. We are all living different life stories, and we got different things going on in life at this time. So when I pick these 3 cards, it's always usually just a 3-card reading, very simple, very precise. It's very right to the point. And I'd like to pick them a day in advance so I can sit with them a day, read about them, and then just sit and meditate and see where it takes me. So this particular reading, we have the Nurture card. It's a 38 card. And I found this interesting because the Nurturing card is a card of 38, which is a numerology number of 11. And we have the Pig Spirit from a completely different deck. It's a 47 card, which is also an 11 portal, gateway, opening. It's like a new opening or a new idea or a new way of doing things. I thought that was actually really cool that 2 11 cards came out with just 3 card spread in 3 different decks. That's very, very rare that would happen. And then we have the Wisdom card. And this is actually a really nice spread. So this, to me, is like a problem solver, a resolution, or resolving, or fixing something that was maybe a negative cycle or a negative something going on here. And remember, with the Ganesha deck, the elephants are always known as the roadblock breakers, right? They blow open the blocked roads, the hurdles, the obstacles in life, and you just blow them out of the way to continue on your path on a clean slate. So that's the meaning of the Ganesha or the elephant, okay? Okay, so with this reading, there actually came a jumper card that came with it. I didn't include it, but I just included it with the messages or the meditated messages that come with this. And it was the card that came in repeating cycles. It flashed and it fell over on the table when I was doing a shuffle. So I take that as this to be part of this reading. So we have something that is a repetitious something or other in nature, meaning it's a repeat cycle. It's a repeat behavior. It's something that somebody keeps on doing over and over and over, and they might not have realized that it's repetitious behavior or repetitious cycles, but it is. Okay, so the first thing is identifying what that repetitious cycle is, or acknowledging it. Second, what do we do with it to resolve it? Okay, and another one that came out, it flipped off the pile. I was getting ready to do the reading, and there was 3 that flipped up, and ironically enough, the deck was sitting upright, but it flipped up weird, and it came in reverse, which was actually kind of a nice meaning for this card, but it was difficult roads, and it came in reverse, which means that's a very positive thing. It means the difficult or obstacles or problems in life are coming to a conclusion and ending, a resolution, a culmination in a good way. It means like difficult roads or bad pathways or something negative is coming to a close. So that's very resolution oriented, which is very, very nice with this spread. Like I said, this is a very different spread. This is about having it's wisdom over and over and over, thinking properly, thinking straight, fact versus fiction, seeing the facts, using your intuition to guide you, looking within for your answers, and basically having a larger perspective view for whatever's going on, so you can bring resolutions or fixes or conclusions to whatever's going on. It's also very, very, very common sense oriented for answers. So often, something you need to think about is just if you can erase or step outside all the emotions that are involved with whatever's going on, you'll get a more clearer picture of the black and white. Either it is or it isn't, right versus wrong, truth versus lies, and the answer comes a little bit easier that way. So we're going to start with the Nurture card. So the Nurture card, obviously, this is a mom and a baby. So that means about caring. And this particular spread, this is going to be basically not so much others involved, but this is the nurturing and the caring about yourself. So this can be extending yourself too much for other people and getting nothing in return. Always having to run after, maybe taking on other people's roles, other people's responsibilities in life, doing other people's tasks. That can include in the house, the home, a partner, a relationship. It can be in the job, the workplace. You're doing too much probably for somebody else, and you're missing out caring for self. So there might be a need for some self reevaluation, readjusting, realigning your values and value systems. You are worth caring for, because you know what, you only get one shot at this in this body, and you know, keeping yourself on the straight and narrow, happy, healthy, and energized within. So to me, this almost says that at some point in this time, and probably is right now, this, whatever you're involved with, is a depleting energy. Negative energy depleting. It could be fighting, could be conflict. It just could be running yourself ragged for somebody else and getting nothing in return. And it probably has become habitual, as in you just do it without thinking. You don't give it a second thought. It's just an automatic, I'll go do it, an automatic, I'll go do it. And that probably is the repetitious cycle that jumper card was talking about. Okay, so it's about self-care. It's about healing without, healing within. It's about recharging the body, re-energizing the body, rejuvenating the body. Self-care, however that stands, whether it's just a time out for an hour or two by yourself, going for a walk by yourself, having some meditation time, and the basics in life, getting enough rest and getting enough sleep. Because I can't tell you how many people I've heard say they are absolutely exhausted this last while. And, you know, so that just the simple things like getting enough sleep and enough rest in a day, that can make such a difference in your health and the way you feel and your moods, those kind of things, right? So it's about caring for self, so whatever that means. So that can also mean, you know, self-care. It can mean acupuncture. It can be massage. It can mean, like I said, long walks outside, your personal time, your personal space, maybe reading a book, some pleasurable time, maybe even watching TV. Whatever it is for you, apply it accordingly. Okay, then we have the wisdom card. So the wisdom card, you've been here before and you know what to do, yet you fear disappointing others. Again, this is a people-pleasing card, right? So the wise choice may not be the popular choice, but but choose the highest good in this situation. So again, this is talking about thinking smart, using your mind, and making the right choice. We have two cards of this, 1 and 2, and they come out of two different completely decks. And when this card comes up, again, it really, really specifies the people pleasing and doing others' work, or others' tasks, others' responsibilities. Probably doing a lot of things that don't actually have nothing to do with you or don't actually belong to you. And so they're to say, you know, wise up, or you know what, you probably realize you're doing this, but maybe you're not doing anything about it. And they're saying, you know, kind of the time is up and some good, healthy choices have to be made. And you know what? Guess what? People are not going to like it when you tell them, no, I'm not doing your responsibilities. I'm not doing your job. I'm not doing your tasks. Do it yourself. You know, put the responsibility back in the hands where it belongs, right? You're not doing them any favors if they're learning to rely and depend on others to do whatever they need done, right? That's not reality. So again, wisdom. You've been here before and you know what to do, yet you fear disappointing another or others, right? So again, remember that if you keep on doing what you keep doing and running yourself ragged, you're actually disappointing yourself. You're cheating yourself out of time and energy. And low energy tanks, low energy reservoirs, you know, coasting, running on fumes. That's not fair to you, nor is it a good choice for you, right? Think of it that way. Again, and there's nothing wrong with supporting and helping others, but if you are running on low energy tanks or you're coasting on fumes, at some point in time, you're going to be flat out and you're going to be crashing. And at that point, you're actually no good to anybody. You're not good to yourself, nor are you good to your kids, your spouse, your workplace, whoever. You know, you become so depleted, there's nothing left to give. Okay, so keep that in mind. And the wise choice may not be the popular choice, but oh well. But choose for the highest good of this situation. Again, if you're creating dependency or codependency, even though that might seem like an okay thing at the time, it's really not an okay thing at that time, and it's certainly not an okay thing down the road. Okay, so keep that in mind. So use your wisdom over time, over the years. With age usually comes wisdom, and I can see this has been a long-term thing probably going on in this reading. And so now we have Pig Spirit. Use your mind wisely. Again, this is a high card of common sense, using your intelligence, sitting back, looking at the big picture, a large spectrum picture, taking an alternative perspective, an alternative view, a different opinion of what's going on here, or identifying this repetitious cycle, or acknowledging what's going on, and finally having the courage within to do something about it. And remember, there's nothing wrong with saying no. No is no, and meaning no, and putting your foot down and holding it there is important. Saying no is a healthy thing. Saying no establishes healthy boundaries. Sometimes the first and second time, of course, is always the hardest, but after that it becomes a little easier. And remember, respectful boundaries are important, and there's nothing wrong with saying no. You have to have some self-preservation, and you have to maintain your own energy levels as well. And just again, I'll repeat this again. Creating dependency and codependency is not a positive thing, right? It's not positive for whoever you're running for, and it's certainly not positive for you. It's not reality, and it's depleting energy. And you're whoever you would be doing all this work and running around for, you're not helping them. Put it this way, the black and white thing is, in 10 years down the road, if this was creating dependency or codependency, in 10 years down the road, if you weren't there, who's going to look after these people? They've not learned anything. You're not teaching them anything, and you're not helping them. Helping them become dependent, strong people, function on their own, not being dependent on others. That's a good thing. And that's where the word no becomes a very good thing. And when you say no, mean no. Hold your foot there. And there's nothing wrong with that. And this spread is very basic. It's so black and white, there's almost not much to say about it. It's like, what? Establishing healthy boundaries, use your wisdom, your intelligence, your intuitive guidance, common sense for the most part. And probably at some point in time, whatever's going on here probably has become a little bit of a sickening cycle. Like you're getting tired of it. You're sick of it. Okay. And so that's the good part about, you have the intelligence, you have the wisdom, you have the knowledge, and you do have the ability to say no. And as soon as you say no, things automatically get better. Again, this is surrounded by 1111. It's like 11 here, your wisdom card. Somebody might not like your decision, but too bad. Figure it out. Again, like you're not helping somebody long term in life. And you have the 11 on this side. So an 1111 is a numerology of a new portal, a new gateway, an opening, a new way of doing things, a new way of anything. And it's usually putting an end to this cycle and stepping into a brand new cycle, which was much more spacious, much more positive. 1111 is an awesome numerical or numerological number. And again, the probability of that is almost next to nil when I'm pulling from 3 different decks, and you get 1111. So it's very synchronicity. It's a high synchronicity is what I'm trying to say. And the rarity of that happen is probably less than 0.5%, but there it was. And I'm going to pull a card out of here. Okay. Authenticity. Okay. So again, this goes with the wisdom card, and also really the nurturing, the wisdom, and the pig spirit, using your mind wisely. The authenticity card, being true to yourself, your own personality, spirit, or character. Be true to you always. Again, this is suggesting that you've got something going on here. You've probably been doing, but you've not been wanting to do it for probably, I'm going to say months, but you probably were teetering on years. I mean, let's get realistic about this. This doesn't, you don't get this kind of spread with something that's been happening a couple weeks. So it's definitely probably been into the years. And again, people pleasing, you please everybody else but yourself. And this is saying time to wise up, use intelligent thinking, put some healthy boundaries in, saying no. And at first, they're your choices. They might not like, but that's too bad. You know what? Everybody has to learn to be responsible for themselves, okay? As adults, I'm saying. So authenticity. And so there's an authenticity that's been sitting here probably for quite some time. And you probably think, I'm tired of doing this. I don't want to do this. And all of a sudden one day you're not going to do this because you're done with it. Enough, okay? So this is nice. And again, this is like a breaking free, definitely a breaking free energy. It's a re-energizing, and it's like walking away from responsibilities that don't belong to you. And there's a good chance that they maybe never did belong to you. Okay, take it as it lands. Of course, this doesn't include small children or those types of things where they are parents' responsibilities. But this is more so workplace, friends, adult age area. Okay. And again, caring and nurturing, there's nothing wrong with helping people. There's nothing wrong with supporting people. But when you're carrying their life tasks for them, that becomes a problem. So again, this is a very nice spread. It's wise up, choose wisely, make wise decisions, put people in their spot, hand back the tasks and responsibilities that don't belong to you, give them back to the rightful owner. And it's time to nourish yourself. It's time to nurture yourself. It's time to look after yourself. And whatever that means to you, even if it's just, a nice relaxing salt bath with candles for maybe an hour in the tub, some time and space alone, reading, etc. Something very simple. It doesn't have to be costly. Precious time alone to self-evaluate or listen to music, read, do those things you enjoy. It's very important. Okay, so that will conclude our reading. And something else I want to mention, if you're interested, you can join me on my Facebook groups. It's Midnight Bisous, Tarot and Astrology is one group. Or sorry, Tarot and, Tarot and Astrology. But Tarot and Oracle and Midnight Bisous Astrology. C'est la vie, jump into its rhythm. So those are both groups of mine on Facebook. If you're interested in joining, please join me there. They're relatively new groups. Okay. So anyway, if the reading resonates, claim it and seal it with a midnight kiss. And if you don't like it, ditch it and leave it. Remember, always, always, always at free will choice. So thank you for joining me today. So take care of each other, yourself, and always remain in high vibe. And I think that's all I have to say for right now. Until we talk again, stay happy, stay healthy, take care of yourself and each other. Bye.